Ladies and gentlemen, today we are diving into the world of gaming. More specifically, the recent controversy with our good old friends, Nvidia. How the times have changed, man. They are literally the Anakin Skywalker of gaming. Because when COVID happened and GPUs were at a shortage, they tried their very best to help gamers. I mean, look at them now. Pure evil. They cut their own GPU line and are giving all their new GPUs to their new girlfriend, AI, which is honestly bullshit, all right? I'm not gonna lie. We were there when you had nothing, all right? And this is how you treat us? So let's dive into the controversy. On March 16th, 2026, Nvidia announced their new feature, Dlss 5, which will now improve lighting and add photorealistic features to your game with good old AI. When they announced it, I'm not gonna lie, they had a thing called backlash, which was beautiful. I was so happy to see the backlash. Since it's the internet, they had some people supporting their decision. AI tech bros were one of them, but those guys don't play games, so I don't want to hear anything from them. And then we had someone from Bethesda, our good old friend Todd Howard, coming out of the woodwork saying, yo, this shit's gonna look great on Starfield. Are you guys playing Starfield right now? No, I'm not. But Todd Howard came out and said, this is gonna look great on Starfield. And all I have to say to Mr. Todd Howard, shut the fuck up, make my Elder Scrolls 6 straight, alright? Make that shit good, alright? Go back in the fucking mines and go make that shit, alright? You announced that shit almost a decade ago. And then we also had some people retweet some shit. Final note on DLSS 5. Will folks please stop listening to influencers who have never made a video game in their lives tell you how video games should be made. They may make fun content, they might be fun to watch, but just because they are popular doesn't make them right. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I certainly don't go around telling folks how to make good old YouTube videos. Well, listen here, Mr. Lead Producer in Epic Games. Yeah, you guys remember Epic Games? They made Fortnite, man. Oh my god, they are so respected in gaming that they have to give free games for people to go on their site because no one buys shit from the Epic Game Store, guys. You coming out of the woodwork saying, listen to me, guys, all right? I'm better than these other guys. No, you are not, okay? I'm pretty sure we all thought this new feature was more like this. But it's not, because the CEO of Nvidia came out saying, no, you guys are all wrong. I am not kidding. He literally said we were all wrong. You know, after they got even more intense backlash, they had to come up with a new plan. Now, guys, if you have been on the internet, here's a good rule. When you're getting cooked off the glass, absolutely cooked, okay? The one thing you have to do is this, and also this. So that's what they did. They did another claim where it was like two things. A, this is to help developers, and B, it's only a demo, y'all. It's only a demo. We're gonna dive into both of these parts separately. So the take they were saying was, oh, this is to support developers. The developers need this. Right, we're on the side of the developers. Okay. The same developers that you did not tell you were using their product in the announcement, or the same developers that are also against Gen AI in games? There's a lot of studios that are against this, but yet you are trying to say, oh, we're doing this for the developers. Also, this notion that the AI tech bros or just anyone that's claiming, oh, but this is gonna help AA studios and indie games compete with the big dog AAA. What planet are you on? For the past 5 years, it's been indie games and AA games taking over AAA. AAA games have forgotten how to make games. Now we have to talk about the second part. Guys, this is only a demo, man. Why are you guys getting mad about this? It's nothing, it's not a big deal. We're talking about $1 trillion tech company. When they announce a demo, usually you want to expand on it in the near future. So it's not just like, oh, they just did this because, you know, they wanted to try something new. They're not going to expand on it. Really? Are we really going that path? Do you think we were all born yesterday? The question that I'm not seeing anyone ask is, how did we get here? Why did this timeline end up here? And for us to do that, we're gonna have to look into the past. The first domino to fall, to lead us to this path, to where we are going in this timeline, is one lie that was sold into gaming and it spread everywhere. And that lie is graphics are a fundamental to making a good game. Because nowadays, when you open up social media, you post a clip of your favorite game, you're gonna have some goobers in your comments being like, it's not as good as Red Dead 2 because Red Dead 2 looks way better and it does the physics way better. Now, as someone who loves Red Dead Redemption 2, sure, Red Dead Redemption 2 does it better, all right? But if you're a real gamer, you don't even care about that, all right? Comparing the graphics or the physics to Red Dead to judge a game, what? And I could say this about Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2, we don't know Red Dead Redemption 2 because of its graphics. If Red Dead Redemption 2 only had its graphics, we wouldn't remember it as much as we do. But since it had a really incredible story and a really interactive world, we remember it. There are multiple layers to a game, not just graphics. Graphics have to be the frosting on the cake. It's not inside the cake. What's inside the cake is the story, the gameplay, the world, the characters. I love this one quote from Gabe Newell, one of the greats, when he talks about graphics and realism in games. Play the clip.
Sitting in a design review and somebody say that's not realistic, and you're like, okay, what does that have to, like, explain to me why that's interesting, because in the real world, I have to write up lists of stuff I have to go to the grocery store to buy. And I've never thought to myself that realism is fun. I go play games to have fun.
But I'm still glad that the majority of gamers are heavily against this. That's still some upside. Now, the one thing I have to bring up is the 2010s. This is important. And the one thing about the 2010s is we have to realize is technology was always on a boom. It seems like every year technology was getting smarter, faster, smaller, but in bigger size for storage. You know, it just seems like every year technology was going on the rise. And with the mind of that, tech companies never thought, this will never stop. We're gonna keep getting better, faster, and making more money. And that's when they started to heavily, focus on the graphics. The graphics in the games, look at it. It looks like a movie. It looks like a movie. It looks so real. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of studios that are against it, and I love to see it every day. But we already know the big dogs in AAA, they're licking their chops, man. Once they get that little snippet in that one game and we don't notice it, they're gonna be like, gotcha, bitch. And it's kind of funny though. This is the funniest thing ever. The one thing gamers are like, just don't use it. Just don't use it. Don't touch it. We don't need it. We don't need it. But they're like, we might use it. We might use it. And that just pisses me off. Because think about this. They want us to buy their games at expensive prices, $70 to probably $80 eventually. And the one thing that we as consumers are asking them not to do, they're doing, man, that's just like a slap in the face. Back in the day, graphics weren't a main priority to developers because they didn't have the tools that we have today. So they would have to use their brain more to how they're gonna use those tools because they had a limitation. So they had to come up with this great game idea, the world, the characters, draw concept arts, level design, and figure out how the fuck they're gonna put that in that shitty ass machine. Now, the respect that we have for developers wasn't something out of nothing, all right? The people in the past were playing Minecraft on survival. They had the most terrible tools at their arsenal and they made art with that shit. And nowadays, we have developers that have creative mode on. They can make whatever they want at their disposal. Would we have the same passion we have for developers if it was reversed? If gaming started on creative mode, would we have the respect we have for the creators like Kojima, Miyazaki? You see, that passion that was created from these people who made art out of nothing is something that big companies are now seeing. They're like, wow, there's a passionate fandom that we can just use up every time. So I want you all to really believe that gaming isn't an art. Gaming was always been an art. So for these people to be like, oh, we need AI and I need to put realism in gaming, it was never needed. It was never wanted. We just wanted to play fun games and escape our freaking reality. And as someone who cannot predict, man, dude, watching reels of people talking about how to make basic level designs will always fascinate me. And with the creation of this passionate people creating stuff out of nothing, doing this work of art. You have people who consume it, who love it. And this is where the gaming community was created. Now, where is the gaming community now? Of these passionate fans, these passionate developers who love the art of gaming. Where are they all now? Well, the gaming community doesn't exist anymore. It really doesn't. With the creation of Twitter and Reddit, you know, you have your little echo chambers, and within the gaming community as a whole, you have your little side, you have your little group. Anyone that disagrees with you on your favorite game, they are an outsider. You must eat them alive. Photorealistic in games, if you're a real gamer, you played a wide variety of games. You played multiple different types of games that have even fucking pixel art in it, and you love it. Even our childhood favorite games look like they run on a fucking microwave, and we love them still. This notion now that we need photorealistic in games, and it has to look like real life. Guys, real life is fun, but real life in the video game, I don't want to play, bro. I want to play a game and escape reality for a couple hours. How do I want to end this video? What do I want to say? What do I want to get my final remarks to you guys is... Guys, I'm a guy who has nothing, which means I have nothing to lose. So I'll be damned to do nothing. But since I'm a guy that has nothing to lose, I have everything in the world to gain. Now that's a double-edged sword. If I'm a guy that has it all to gain, if I'm a guy that wants your money, I'll sell your soul for a fucking dollar. But since money has never been my priority, I'm just a guy that's gonna hope you speak up, use your voice. That's all I really want from you, to make you a better person from watching my videos, to make you have a good time watching my videos. That is my goal as a content creator. So yeah, be better, use your voice, and I'll see you all in the next one.